occipital lobe, and the function of the occipital lobe is to control are the visual information or the seeing senses. It can receive or analyze the visual informations and perform according to these informations. Then the last one is the temporal lobe. It is concerned with the hearing and the smell sensations, so that students see that and observe that all the four lobes, frontal, parietal, occipital and temporal lobes, these four lobes controls our five senses like smelling, hearing, seeing, touching and the speaking. These are the five senses which can be controlled by these lobes. Then the second part is the midbrain. Midbrain is the second part of the brain which is present between the hindbrain and the forebrain. As the name shows, mid means this part is present between the hind and the forebrain. So that because this brain is part is present in the midest point, so the function of this brain is the connecting function. This part of the brain, midbrain, also serve as the connecting functions between the hind and the forebrains. It also receives the sensory messages and sends towards the forebrains. The other functions between the connection of the hind and midbrain, this part of the brain also controls the auditory reflexes, means our hearing senses controlled by the midbrain, and also the postures and the other reflexes which are controlled by the midbrain. This diagram shows the different parts of the brain which are present in an animal body. The last part is the hindbrain. Hindbrain is further divided into the three types: medulla oblongata, cerebellum and pons. Students, don't be confused about the cerebellum and cerebrum. Cerebrum is the part of the forebrain and cerebellum is the part of the hindbrain. Firstly, medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, it is present on the top of the spinal cord. The different functions which is assigned to the medulla oblongata are: medulla oblongata controls the breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, different types of reflexes like vomiting, coughing and the sneezing. These all are the reactions or actions which can be performed by this part of the brain. So that this is present on the top of the spinal cord. This part of the brain also passes the information between the spinal cord and the rest of the brain. This is the major part which connect directly to the spinal cord, and spinal cord gives message towards the brain and brains also gives message towards the spinal cord through this point. Then cerebellum. Cerebellum is present behind this part, so that this part means medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata first part, so that cerebellum is present behind the medulla oblongata. It coordinates the muscles movements. You know that when we work something, when we run out or speak out or write about anything, our muscles are in actions, our muscles in our movement. So the muscles movement can be coordinated by this part of the brain, cerebellum. And the last part is the pons. Pons is present on the top of the medulla oblongata. The function of the pons is to help the medulla oblongata in breathing purposes, means the major function about breathing is assigned to the medulla oblongata, but besides medulla oblongata, pons also help to the medulla oblongata in the breathing purposes. So it also connects the cerebellum to the spinal cord. Is it clear now? Pons function shows the connection between the cerebellum and the spinal cord. This part, hindbrain, is also known as the brain stem, because all these parts connect the brain to the spinal cord. So this is also known as the brain stem. Students, see your book, Central Nervous System, Brain. One more thing, hippocampus. Important short question. This is present in the deep cerebrum. The function of the hippocampus is to renew the new memories. When the people can be damaged, hippocampus, it is the softer part of the brain which controls our memories function. When this part can be damaged, then when the hippocampus may be damaged during any type of injury, then the things which can be occurred after the damage, these cannot be remembered, but the things which had occurred before the damage, these all the things can be saved in your memory. So this is the important short question. Hippocampus, it is related to the formation of the new memories. Then the next page on pons. Thank you class.